right. Welcome to the third annual GHD Ryder Cup Championship. Hey, Dyron, Captain Dyron of the Arkies. What's happening?
What's going on, Captain Sean, man? It's a beautiful evening here in Arkansas. We called for just a light rain today, tomorrow, sort of softening the greens.
Dude,
next week's weather looks
epic.
Real.
All right, man. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think most of the players that are coming have been waiting for this for an entire year, literally, and with anticipation. It's building every day by day now. We see it's getting closer and closer to like the day. Like, all right, it's here. Yeah. We can't wait. Yeah. I mean, the smack talk has already started to happen pretty heavily here. It's already been going on with a low frequency for a while, but now it's starting to amp up. I'm getting excited.
You're right, man. I mean, for the Arkies, I think, the hype, we love to host. It's all about showing off our home state, and we're proud of it. I've got the Arkansas State Golf Association hat on tonight.
That's nice. I should have. I got the Hot Springs. I got the Villages hat over here. Just I don't have it on, but I got it here. Yeah, I love it. I tell you what. And all props to old Dyron bringing the Ryder Cup to the Hot Springs Villages. I mean, I hadn't heard of that place before, but oh my gosh. If you've never played the Villages, people, it is like the most amazing golf course mecca to go to play. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
It is. I mean, one of the things we like about it is a bit off the beaten track, I mean,
it's in the foothills of the Ozarks, man. It's beautiful.
Yeah, you can get a tee time anytime you need. So we don't want too many people to find out about it. Only a select few. So, the people that come in are in privileged company for sure.
Oh yeah.
We only tell our closest compadres. So just being involved in this year's Ryder Cup, honestly, you're a winner. Everybody who's coming is a winner.
Absolutely. I mean, so let's give the listeners a little bit of format layout of how we've done it in the past and how we actually, get there. I mean, so of course the Arkies, most of the Arkies live there in Arkansas. Not everyone, but most of them have strong ties to Arkansas. So, they're homeboys, they've got the home court advantage. And then we got the world team, myself and others coming in from outside Arkansas. And, we've done a pretty good job of making it really competitive the last 2 years. Now, I will admit, last year was a little kind of an awkward one due to COVID. But we still got it in, and we had a great time. But we go down there and we meet up at one of the best cigar bars in the entire world I've ever been to.
I think so.
Talk about that a little bit.
Well, I mean, we stumbled into this place one day, and it was a little after lunch, and my wife called me about 9:00 that night and said, "Where are you?" And
Tyron's in trouble.
They had in the past they had these golf simulators in the back. We were back there playing golf and smoking stogies and drinking some whiskeys, and the day just kind of disappeared. So I actually thought I was going to be in trouble. And she said, she acted like it was clear what happened. She said, "You fell into the abyss." So now we call it the abyss. If you Google it, it's called Cigar Republic. But if you're talking to people in the know, it's the abyss of cigars, whiskey, and golf. This year, we've got the room. It's got a couple of pool tables in it now and a little golden tea action for those that like a little golden tea. So we're going to get teams formed up, going to get the lay of the land, get people stocking up on some stogies.
Cushman's going to drop $1,000 on stogies, right?
At least. And I think
Yeah, I mean,
if I'm understanding, Mr. Bilsma is going to be dropping at least a couple of grand. So.
oh wow, I hear those two are like, you know, cigar aficionados, and they've got inside tracks to Cuban somehow. I don't know where that comes from, but
Yeah, what we
we got to
don't
figure that out.
know. Yeah,
But I tell
exactly.
you what, the cigar bar has probably at Cigar Republic has the biggest walk-in humidor at a whiskey bar I've ever been to, and it's amazing.
It is. It's completely amazing. So, it's a good spot. We're going to post up. We're going to be there for a bit, and then we need to hit the hay, man, because
We do.
Thursday morning
We got
it's
practice
game on.
rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a
So
little,
yeah,
you know, 9-holer in the morning.
yeah.
Limbered up, right?
Well, you guys need to preview the course because the course on the first day is Cortez, which is
Oh,
known
yeah.
in the village as the Shot Makers Course.
Oh, so we're starting off with a tough one right off the bat
It's a tough
because,
one,
you know,
man.
because the homeboys here, they've strategically, you know, figured out what courses we should be playing so they can take advantage of us world outsiders coming in. So,
Yeah,
you know,
we did play
just to make sure the
Cortez.
listeners know that they've got the inside advantage here. You know, I just want to put that
You make a good point. I think we did play Cortez in the first year, and I know Arkies were down after day one, but I think Cortez on day two brought us back into the mix. So, I mean, we've had some competitive years the last couple of years. We want to keep it that way. We'd like to launch out to, at least a 5-0 lead. I would say on day one is our expectation.
5-0 lead. Wow, that's pretty bold, man. That's a bold prediction.
Yeah,
I don't know
man.
about that. But I tell you one thing. The courses do have an interesting theme. Let's talk about the themes of all the courses because they kind of take on a new personality when you're down there with all these themes.
Yeah, man. The village is all built around, you got Cortez, you got Isabella is what we're playing on day two. You got Ponce, you got
Ponce,
Granada. So there's a little,
De
there's a little theme
Soto,
going on there. De Soto, Balboa.
Balboa.
So
I mean, it's all Spanish themed out, and it's beautiful. I mean, it's just a beautiful course. Now, when you're there, it's all around this humongous gated community, right? I mean, we're talking, I don't know, from one end to the next, it's probably got to be almost 15, 20 miles. And it's huge getting one through, to get through this place with all the homes and up in the hills and winding
yeah,
around.
yeah, couple hundred square miles. 7 gates. 2 of them are manned, and the other 5 are, you get in by a key card, and crime in the village
Pretty
because
low.
of that little control. I read on the police beat the other day that somebody called in. There were some children playing in the street. And
Well, they shouldn't be playing in the street. So, I'm glad they got called to, protect
yeah.
them. I mean,
Well,
somebody's
I'm happy to
caring.
report the responding officer arrived to find that there were no children playing in the streets. So
No, well, because most of it's a retired community, right? If there are children, probably grandchildren coming out seeing grandpa or grandma.
could be the age profile is dropping out there a little bit, especially people working from home. So if you want to work from home, you might as well work from a little view of the golf
That's
course,
what I'm
right?
talking about. That would be like the prime location. And Dyron, you just bought a nice lot out there. Aren't you planning on doing something out there?
Well, that's what I'm plugging here. I'm trying to drive my property values up a little bit, while I have the chance. So just in case I need to sell, but
Yeah. Well,
we're thinking about it.
that's pretty awesome. So we got Cortez the first day. We're playing
Yeah.
Isabella on Friday.
Yeah.
And that way, we'll get that one in. And Saturday's the big final day. And where
Yeah.
are we playing Saturday? I don't even see it on the list here. Where are we playing
Yeah, we got
Saturday?
Granada. I mean, Granada,
Granada.
Cortez, Granada are 2 of the, signature courses, I would say, at the village. Granada, we're going to be staying right around Granada, Isabella.
No,
We
it's on
got,
the 18th hole in the Granada at the house.
yeah, we got,
Oh, yeah,
we got
yeah.
a spot there. We got a spot on the 8th tee box. We got a spot on the 3rd green. We're all over Granada, man.
Oh, man. So let's talk about the accommodations that
Yeah.
people are going to want to know about because
It's
we
crazy.
we do it right. We do it right when we go out there, everybody. So let's talk about the accommodations.
Well,
People
it's
know
crazy where it's come, right? You think about it, like year one had 2 houses, year two, 2 houses. This year we're going 4 houses.
four houses.
4 houses.
Oh my gosh! I mean, like, I don't know what happened between last year and this year, but like we quadrupled. No, I'm saying we doubled.
Yeah,
We
we
doubled
doubled.
the size.
Yeah,
That's
word got
amazing.
out. Well, and that's the thing about the Ryder Cup is like, people will ask me, well, how do I get involved? And I think my answer typically is, well, if you want to be involved, you need to be involved. Like you got to
Yeah.
involve yourself. There's not a formal, you can't go to a website, sign up for this thing.
This is
You got to be in the
invite.
know.
This got to be an
Yeah, well, you,
invite, and
yeah,
if
you,
you're
you,
invited, you can't pass up on the invites. You
you need to
gotta
be asking questions.
right.
You need
You
to
gotta
be
commit.
Yeah, you need to be aware that the time is coming. And if it gets along about, July, August of any given year, you need to be asking some questions.
You'd be like,
What's
hey,
going on? Where are we in the
is
planning
there,
process?
yeah,
Yeah.
when is this thing? Because, all right, cost. Oh my gosh. Well, no,
Oh
wait,
my gosh.
let's go back to the houses because we
Yeah.
didn't like talk about the houses.
All
All the
right.
houses are Airbnb type, VBRO, whatever homes.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
on the golf courses.
Yeah.
They're all like sweet. They're
Yeah.
all sweet
They're,
little spots.
yeah, this year we got 4 houses within about a mile. They're all on the east side of the village, which is the newer part of the village. Nothing in the village is more than about 25 years old, but everything that we're going to be staying is probably 2010 or later construction. We
Nice.
got two sitting on tee boxes, the 18 and the 8 of Granada. We got one on the 3 green of Granada with a little fire pit. You go out there. Number 3 on Granada is the number 1 handicap. It's a long par 4. And you can go out there because you're going to need to practice the putts. Because if you get one on the green in 2, you're going to want to make your birdie putt on number 3.
Mm.
Randy and I, my brother-in-law is co-organizer of this event. We got to give a little shout out to Randy.
Absolutely. He's like the unsung hero of these events. I mean, he's
Yeah,
like the house mom. I mean, he's
yeah,
over there cooking up stuff. He's organizing the food.
yeah.
He's buying the beer, getting it all set up for everybody. I mean,
Randy's the man.
He's legit. He's
He's the
legit.
man. So
He's
he
legit.
and I have a deal going. We use a golf app called 18 Birdies. If you hadn't used it, you need to look into it. But
Okay.
one of their deals is if you get all 18 holes of a particular course, if you birdie all 18, we don't know what happens yet because we hadn't done it. But suffice it to say, Granada, I've got 15 out of the 18 holes I've gotten a birdie on at some point in my life. Number 3, I've never gotten a birdie on. So
Yeah.
the
So
people that are staying at the number 3 green, they got some
yeah.
opportunity to.
Dyron's gonna be working hard for that birdie. He's gonna
Yeah,
hope he pulls it out during the
yeah,
competition.
yeah. You can get a skin on 3 for sure. Skins up
Man,
for grabs.
man, that's going to be good. I tell you what, the course, all the courses are always, at least since we've been there. I mean, they've been just in spectacular
Mm,
condition. I
mm.
mean, and everyone's got a nice little, you know, nothing's like super, just like straight. There's
Oh yeah.
hills,
Oh
there's
yeah.
bunkers, there's dog leg right, dog leg left, there's water. I mean,
Oh yeah.
and then, if the greens are all great, except there's one course I know that's got Bermuda greens, which is like the
Oh dang.
nightmare. Which one? That was
Yeah.
DeSoto, right? In DeSoto,
That
the
was
one's got
DeSoto. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
a nightmare.
DeSoto and Magellan both have the Bermuda Championship. Bermuda. And, we're not playing those this year. However, I always like to point out for the extreme golf enthusiasts, people like, I don't know, who do you think of? I think of Fred Taylor,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, and I can't believe Fred's not coming this
Well,
year. I
he's
mean,
he's gonna give out a big rebel yell for us. I mean, while we're down here, because
yeah,
he's our Billy Idol for the the
yeah,
world
yeah.
team.
But if you're coming in for this event, you could conceivably play. There's 7 full on, you know,
18ers.
18ers, and one of them's a 27, and there's another par 62 executive course, and then there's a private course. But you could conceivably play all 7 in one trip to the Ryder Cup. You get some practice rounds in, you get some nines in, whatever you need. So We've
you'd
got
have to
an
really
amazing variety.
be booking it
Yeah,
between rounds but I tell you
yeah,
what, you know, you're gonna be pooped. You'll be whooped
yeah.
after
It's an
playing.
endurance event.
Yeah, you play 9 in the
Yeah,
morning or 18 in the morning, and you go play that competition round by that evening, you're like wiped out. I mean, because you got a lot
yeah,
of
yeah,
adrenaline going and excitement. I think really the most ideal situation is 9 in the morning, practice, limber up, or hit the driving range, and then
that's probably
get on
smart.
there. Yeah,
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 that's probably
yeah.
smart. Probably gonna be some late nights, maybe
Yeah,
potentially.
there gonna be some late nights. That's for sure, man. There will be definitely some late nights, and I think that's the additional bonus of the whole the trip is the camaraderie that the teams get and the guys get in the evening after we go play and try to beat each other up during the day.
For sure. We'll have a little
So,
college football on this year. I know we'll have some LSU fans there. So what
oh
I've
yeah.
done is I've taken the LSU fans, I've put them in their own house, so they can just
So you've
watch the
isolated our
LSU
LSU
game.
boys.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to be, exclusive or, I'm not trying to exclude anybody. I'm just saying, you know,
But
I
we only
mean,
have 2 of them, right?
no, we got a whole passel of LSU fans coming this year. So,
Who's coming?
which is
Tell you,
fine.
I got Clay and Highland. Who else?
We got a guy,
Jared.
Jared
Jared
Green.
Green. He's an
Yeah,
LSU
you got,
guy.
and I believe I may be speaking out of turn here, but I believe Max Heyer might be the kind of guy that would root for
Oh,
us.
Max is new. All right. Well, let's run down this roster because we've got all kinds of debates about teams, and we still got to sort some of this out. But I think it's kind of getting a little clearer. But we have some new additions to the Ryder Cup, and
Yeah,
actually,
let's
I'm
look at
I'm
it, man.
pretty excited. So,
Let's check it out.
all right. So first off, we've got Team Arkies. We've got Dyron and Randy. That's a dynamic duo there, brother-in-law on it, man. They just
Yeah,
brother-in-law it the whole time. I mean, that's crazy, So that's pretty tough right there. That group there. Then you got Casey and Mr. Tom. Mr. Tom, man. I mean, the senior. Uh, he's the Ben Crenshaw putter of the group there. Casey,
that's what they say.
he's the comedy relief, but he's gonna be. I hear he's playing good golf. What's going on with Casey?
Casey's putting a beat down on somebody this year, guaranteed. So,
Oh, you think so?
although he's coming off a victory. I think his last round out was a point for the Arkies. So we just expect him to kind of maintain, just keep the streak alive. And then, like you
Okay.
said, I mean, Tom just bought him a new set of clubs.
Oh, so he's all jacked up. He's probably super
Yeah.
stoked.
Oh yeah, he's going to be striping balls deep down the middle for sure.
Deep or just down the middle straight? Because
No, they'll be deep.
they'll be
They'll be
deep
deep
now.
this year. Oh
Okay,
yeah,
all
for
right.
sure.
He's getting a couple extra yards off them new clubs.
Yeah, that's right.
He's Mr.
So then
Consistency from what I remember.
and then on
And
the list you got the defector, from last
now,
year.
we still have some debate about, Ivan, the defector. Now, the only reason Ivan defector got to become that name is because you guys didn't have enough people on your team last year, or and we said let's make it even, and we'll let Brian play for you guys.
Well, that's interesting. That's kind of like, it's interesting how different people perceive things differently. It seemed to me that, he was coming out from under an oppressive regime and,
oppressive regime.
I mean, it was a beautiful moment, honestly. I remember.
I think it was more of, sympathy give, man. We had sympathy on you guys. It was like, we can't just keep beating you. So let's go ahead and, give one of our best players over so we can even this thing out a little bit. Because you know what? You guys were struggling there. Let's be honest.
I just remember when Ivan laid the Arkansas jersey over his golf bag and we were playing Neil Diamond's America on the practice green at DeSoto, and tears were literally rolling down my face. that's we talk about when we talk about the competition, and I mean, who was the winner that day? I mean,
Oh, okay. Well, that was a
oh,
really tight
it's beautiful.
round. It
It's
was a really
beautiful.
tight round, if I recall, and that went down to the wire. I mean,
It did.
you
I
know,
think the
um,
last match was actually my father versus my son for the final beatdown to win it for the world. So
yeah, yeah.
I believe
Well, I mean,
we donated Ben Crenshaw to the world, so we're taking him back this year.
oh, and
Ivan
and you're trying to keep Ivan away from
well,
the world team.
I'm not doing
Yeah.
anything like that. If Ivan wants, that's my thing. I preach freedom. I've been
Oh, you preach
consistent
freedom.
the
Well,
whole time.
yeah, well, I
If he
know.
want,
Yeah.
Ivan can do what he wants. I know you're trying to
Oh,
control him. I know
yeah,
you're trying to control
that's
him.
because he's been my player. I would have brought him to the team, man. Come on, he,
Wow.
hey,
Wow. Enough said.
Brian's he's a
Enough said.
baller. He's an absolute baller, and
Brian was a blast to have out, man. I'm so looking
yeah,
forward to seeing him again. It's been a year,
he's
man.
he's like one of the best dudes. You're gonna, everybody meets Brian's gonna love it. So
For sure.
he's awesome. And okay,
Let's
Larry
talk about
Rowland.
Larry. Let's
Oh
talk
my
about
gosh!
Larry.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay, Mister Gamer, Mister Trash Talker, and he can back it up. I'll give him that. He can
You
back
can
it
back it
up.
up.
He's a good baller, especially after he gets about 6 rounds of Grey Goose in him. He's super good at that point.
Hey, there's
But
nobody else I'd want to have standing over a clutch match altering putt than Larry Rowland.
yeah.
Let's just say it like that. You know?
Yeah, no, Larry's good. I mean, I'm super stoked to see Larry. I haven't seen him a couple years, and yeah, he's really good. But you know what? He's going to bring a lot of life to the party too, which
For
is
sure.
another intangible that I'm looking forward to.
For
So
sure.
can't wait to see Larry, and that's going to be awesome. And man, that so like if I'm looking at the teams, man, those first 6 guys already, man, holy crap! And
Pretty
then we
salty.
got I think you got a little unknown here. I'm not sure. I've never seen or heard old Benji. How's he playing? How's Chris Benjamin play?
Well, it depends on who you ask, I think. I mean, Benji says he plays great. I mean,
Well,
I only hope
yeah.
it's true. I've never played with him. He's a bit of a
All
wild card,
right.
but again, he's a game.
They'll
He's a
make
gamer.
they'll make these little down under guy, Kiwi guys coming. I mean, he's New Zealander or is he in Australia? I can't remember one, but
Aussie.
he's one of the
He's an
two.
Aussie.
He's an Aussie, so
Yeah.
he's going to bring an Aussie flair to the team. He ought
Aussies
to
and
be on the world
Arkies.
team, basically,
No,
because he's
Aussies and
world.
Arkies, man. No, because he's a
Mm.
transplant. He's going to come up, establish
I
residency. We're
see.
all good there.
He's
Yeah.
in Texas now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Now you need
All
to know,
right.
Doctor. You need to know Doctor Dave. Now, Doctor Dave. This was a last second edition. That frankly was the genius of my guy Ben Chandler, and we'll talk about Ben in a minute. But Ben's been the catalyst all along. Maybe nobody knows this story, but Ben and I were
Well,
sitting at.
Ben was the first Ryder Cup captain.
Yeah, let's talk about this because Ben and I, before the Ryder Cup even ever happened, were sitting at Cigar Republic. And I've been talking about, resurrecting the Ryder Cup for some time. And Ben looks over at me, he goes, man, you need to just do it. And so that's how this kind of got restarted. And I call Ben the catalyst, man. So Ben, the other day, I'm talking to him. He says, you need to invite Dr. Dave. Dr. Dave is coming, and Ben, the catalyst, is to thank for it.
Well,
So
I don't know Dave, but I'm looking forward to meeting him. But I hear Dave's a bit of a golfer too. Is what I
he's a
hear.
baller. He's a baller. So work
So he's
with
another
Dave.
baller.
Work
Man,
with Dave.
this bench is getting pretty dang deep, man. I mean, I'm kind of getting a little worried here now. Jared, and I don't know who's Jared Green. This is another new additioner.
That's a little late wrinkle here. Is I just found out literally an hour ago that Jared is an LSU fan. So we may have to donate him to the world, to be honest.
Oh, just because you can't handle the purple and yellow, huh?
Well, I mean, I got to give him a little credit because he did move from Louisiana to Arkansas, so that shows great intelligence.
No, but didn't Highland do that too?
Well, Highland did that too, and
he's on my team.
He is on your team, and Randy has made it clear that an LSU fan, in Randy's opinion, can't be on the Arkies.
Can't be on the Arkies, huh?
I mean, there's some things in flux here that we're gonna have to shake out at Cigar Republic.
Okay.
Like you said,
We got to sort some
we're
things
willing
out a
to,
little more.
we're
We,
willing to meet in the middle.
right.
We're gonna what's best for the group is what we want to land on. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, if I'm going down this list, that's a pretty stacked list. And oh, by the way, you still got a couple alternates out there just in case.
So
We got Trey Manning. Now I remember Trey coming out the first year, and he was having some good couple rounds there, and then he kind of ran into a buzzsaw with Mr. Corey Sander. That was a bit of a breakdown for Trey.
Yeah, he may be seeking. In fact, when he watches this, I've had a hard time getting Trey to take time off work because he takes his job super seriously, apparently, or whatever. He's a doctor and blah blah blah.
But he's saving lives and shit. So we got to let that happen. We got to let him do that.
I mean, they're saving lives, and then there's coming back and putting the beat down on Corey Sander.
Yeah, that's some fighting words now. Trey's, if he's up for it, I think Corey be up to match him up.
Corey ain't worried, is what you're saying. So Trey needs to bring.
I mean, Corey's a gamer too. So we'll see. I mean, I got my money on Corey. So
that's good.
That's all. And then we got Benny. Man, is he going to play? I heard he's got some bad back problems.
Well, Ben's the catalyst, man. At the end of the day, if he shows up, I guarantee you, it's a guaranteed point for the world. I think he's like 4-0.
Guaranteed point.
I mean, no, not for the world, for the Arkies. I think he's like 4-0-1. The guy comes in
4-0-1. I don't think so. Where did that? That's some freaking Arkie math, man.
I think he almost took down 2 LSU fans last year. So it just, we'll see what happens. He's in.
I think you're not remembering the events properly, but yeah, okay. I mean, hey, we want Ben back because you know what, Ben's the catalyst, and he's a bunch of fun to be around. So
for sure.
Well, all right. So
let's go to the world, man.
Let's hit the world.
Talk about your team, man.
All right. Hey, we got good guys. We got some new guys too, which is exciting. Some of them I haven't played with, but some, I have. And so let's run down the list. You got me, obviously, the captain, known quantity there. Clay, Mr. Clay's he's consistent. He's money. He's going to give.
He's unreal, man.
He's going to make everybody earn their stripes if he can't get them. And Highland.
I'm just going to, let me talk about Clay. I'm just going to tell you all this because I know Clay's a good guy. I don't normally say that about LSU fans, but he's, Clay's unbelievable.
Buttering you up, Clay.
Clay's unbelievable, man. I'm going to tell you all this because he would never tell you this. But he beat me this year with a set of rental clubs.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not something to be, you need to be telling people, man.
It's okay, man. That's how he does. He doesn't play. He comes out and he a couple of years ago, he holed one out from the sand, and it's like, what can I do against this guy?
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, that was kind of the last first year. I mean, first year it came down to the wire. It did.
I got a little redemption last year, but so this year we're probably looking at a rubber match. But I like his chances. So.
Yeah. Well, when we got Mr. Highland, he's a little he's quiet, easy going. He's like Ernie Els, man. He's super smooth, but man, the guy can ball it. He can hit it far. And he's pretty good. He's consistent.
He's impossible, man. He's just – I hate that guy, I'll be honest.
So I heard, when Dyron grows up, he wants to beat Highland.
Man. Highland,
Yeah, man.
You know what? He's a baller, dude.
He's a baller.
There's no way around it.
And
now his scoring does get a little creative. I will say that. I've been on
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I've benefited from it before. I think we won a scramble one time where we scored like 32 or something for 9 holes. Highland had the scorecard, so we somehow came away with it, but won like $1,000.
That sounds like some fuzzy math you're kind of saying. I don't know.
Yeah, But I mean, Randy might have some comments in there too. But that
Randy, man, I don't know about Randy. He's got some fuzzy mouth at times too, man. I've seen him play, man. I know
things we need to talk about definitely in there. But at the end of the day, Holland's got, like you said, man, smooth.
He's got a game. He's got a game. He's got a game. I know. Well,
you got Cushman. Cushman is like, I'm a 28 handicapper, blah, blah, blah. And then dude comes out and is hitting bombs down the middle of the fairway. So I don't know what to think about Cushman. Other than he smokes 18 cigars every round. So
he's got one a hole, man. He's smoking them out, man. One a hole. He's got it down. He's drilling.
He's a lot of fun, though, man. Our first international commit, I mean, he was committed from the get-go.
Oh, yeah, man. He's awesome, like, I'm in. I'm going to play. And then, of course, we brought down Fred Taylor came after him, which was Cushman, pretty awesome.
He's an American now. He's living in LA.
Well, yeah, he's transplant. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he can't quite. He's not there yet. I mean, but yeah, he's.
You're still taking world credit.
He's still world though. Yeah.
Well, now he's a baller. He's a baller. He's fun to be around.
He's gonna bring effort. He's gonna bring effort every day.
We missed him last year.
Yeah, we missed him last year. We missed Fred last year because of the pandemic. With these guys couldn't get across the border.
That's right.
So this year they're getting across the border. All right, awesome. Bob Billsma, man, he's a new guy, and he's one of Dave's buddies, and they're cigar buddies from what I guess. And
for sure,
he's an attorney for one of our clients, and I'm not sure.
I'm not sure his skills, but I think he's going to bring some life to the party. So that's awesome.
Well, I imagine he's definitely bringing cigars.
Yeah, he's bringing cigars. He's got an extra suitcase. He's bringing an extra carry-on for that, for sure.
So, well, he's a little bit of an unknown. So, I mean, that's a bit of a unknown. So, like, if I go down your roster, I don't really have any unknowns there. I mean, for the most part, I mean, it seems like quality there. I mean, you've played or seen them.
Some, not all.
Well, okay, but all right. So we got
some injuries. We got Brian.
I got injuries too, buddy. I fell down a flight of stairs a month ago and cracked 4 ribs.
Brian's probably carrying some mental baggage from his time under the regime. So I mean, it's even Steven, man.
Yeah, then he's really I know. Yeah, he's really bummed out, But no, Brian's super jacked to come down and play because he wasn't sure if he's going to like this this event. I twisted his arm to make him come and then he finally said, "Okay, I'll do it." And then he gets down there and he realized, this was like the best thing ever. So he's a lifer now in this situation.
Speaking of, you got Kevin Harvey coming back, early commit.
Yeah, man. Kevin was on fire. I mean, as soon as this thing came out, it's like, I'm in. The wife says I'm good. I'm in.
That's awesome.
And oh, by the way, check this out. He's bringing new clubs. Oh yeah, man. He's got a new set of irons. He's got some new Callaway Callaway XRs. 18s. And he's got new drivers. If there's
anybody on the world I'm rooting for, it's Kevin Harvey. I'm just going to lay it out there.
Yeah.
I want to see Kevin have a good year. I want him to get a point for the world. I'm just saying that even as the captain of the Arkies, that's what we do. We got points to give away this year. I'd like to just give one to Kevin.
Well, Kevin definitely was going to try to work his butt off to get it because you know what? He wants it. He wants it bad, awesome. And he can't wait.
And speaking of, to get out there. Max Hire is one of those, again, we don't put out formal invites, there's no website. Max Hire was banging his way into this event, and he's, I think, pretty stoked to come and play some G.
Well, I hope so. If he's like knocking on the door trying to get in on this deal, and then, now I've never played with Max. Have you played G with Max?
Man, I got to figure a guy with the name Max Hire.
Man,
he's got to be a baller. But I don't know. I've never played with him.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, now where's Max?
Now these are your boys.
Where's Max residing at, man?
Max is sitting up in Topeka,
Kansas.
Yeah. And I think he hails from Baton Rouge, so that's why I think he might be an LSU fan. But Hey,
Yeah.
we'll do
All right,
it's
all
okay.
right, all
It's
right.
okay.
That's good. That's good.
It's
All right,
okay.
now we're rounding out the back end of the
Come
bench
on, bring
here.
him in, man.
We got a back end of the bench, so we got Mr. Joe Moyer. Joe's a pretty good golfer. He lives in the Phoenix area, and so does his buddy Randy, who's also coming. And we got one Randy on one team. We figured we needed another Randy, so each team gets a Randy. I
I
mean,
like it. You might have to
but
match him up.
that's right. So we got Joe. Joe's a pretty good baller. He can play some G. He likes to play a lot, and his game's not bad. I think you're going to be surprised. He's pretty consistent, and he's stoked about coming. We played Randy and I, or Joe and I played about I want to say earlier this year in March, sometime out in Phoenix, and it was a good outing. We had a good time, but Joe is ready to go. He's ready to play some G. And Randy
Sweet.
apparently is one of his compadres in arms. Joe's a national account rep for Clean Harbors, and so is Randy. But I guess they do different groups of business. But yeah, Randy's ready to play too. So
Sweet, dude.
there.
We're glad to have him, man.
Randy's a bit of an unknown. I mean, we're gonna have to try test him out. I know Joe. I can vouch for Joe, but I can't for Randy yet. So, but I'm going with Joe's recommendation. Who says he's pretty good. So there you go. He's pretty good.
Love it.
We're gonna run with it.
And
And
then
then
I hate to end the roundup with Corey Fracking Sander.
what do you mean you hate? I mean, the dude's a baller. I mean,
He's so loud and
he's so
he's just
loud.
so
He knows how to poke the bear, man, just at the right time. Yeah, he's really good at that. And you know what? In addition to that,
well, I was glad.
he
I was
backs
honestly,
it up.
Hate to say it, I was glad to see him as a late addition, and of course, he won't regret it, which is the first thing.
Oh yeah, no, he really wanted to come last year. He did, but
good, man.
if I recall, he had just they just had their little baby girl, Copeland, and so he had to be the big dad and stay home and take care of the kiddos and help mama and all that good stuff. So
it's good, man. I look forward to seeing
Corey's
a few
coming
pictures.
back. Oh man, can't wait. Corey's gonna be balling. Now I've talked to Corey lately. He hasn't played much lately, so he'll be a little rusty, probably shaking off some rust. But you know what? He'll be able to
get him out
dial
for
it
the
in.
practice round. Yeah, we'll get him work out some kinks.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good.
Well, I know. I mean, it seems like we got a few questions in.
Oh yeah, we
good.
All right, what do we got here? We got
probably go through some of these.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, the latest off the thing was Edwin's question about is Texas ever going to take over this event? And
no, Texas is not taking over the event. I mean, come on. Right?
I mean, I think if anything, right, this could end up being like Arkansas versus Indiana, kind of the way things are going.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. The Arkies against the Hoosiers. Let's go that route. I mean, I think that's a pretty good.
Well, are you thinking of home? And we've had some discussions about some home and home. Maybe a little late spring, early summer round in Indiana, just as kind of a tune up.
We got some really good courses here in Indy. We've got some Pete Dye courses up here that the late great Pete Dye would be great to. We've got the Speedway, so we got the Brickyard Crossing right here at the Indy 500 to play at. And
so I guess we're saying there's a lot of places we go play before we're going to play in Texas, is what we're saying.
Who's bringing up Texas? We're going back to the villages, man. Screw
Texas. Texans are trying to get out of Texas and come to Arkansas, baby.
Well, that's easy. It's already here. Come to freaking Hot Springs, right? I mean, it's so good.
Now, a lot of Texas plates up by us right now. So
well, now first year we had some really good players that kind of came in that aren't here. Like, we had a few. Let's see, who did we have? We had Tom Baird and his son-in-law came and pitched in on that Saturday. When we needed some extra players, and they're from Hot Springs area, the Little Rock area. That was a good little addition to the.
Give them a shout out. We might put them on the alternate squad.
Yeah, get them on the alternate. I'm sure they would be willing to step in. And who else are we missing from the first year?
Oh, we had Fred. I mean,
Yeah, Fred, he's not
We
gonna
talked a
make
little
it.
about Fred.
Oh well, we
Uh,
had a bunch of Ben's buddies, didn't we?
yeah, we had Matt Edwards was there. We had Trey, Ben.
Yeah, yeah.
Who else did we have?
Good question. I'm trying to think.
I think most everybody is back.
Most everybody's back. Yeah, yeah. Well, this is
Yeah,
getting
we might
bigger. I
have missed
mean,
somebody.
we're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got like 9 on a team.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Oh
9 to
no, I got
10 per
10.
team. Yeah, you
9.
got 10.
I got
We should have 9 or 10. So, future years, I'm talking, organizing 20 guys. I mean, that are busy and doing things. It ain't no joke. So I'm thinking 20 is about the right spot. So I'm thinking there's going to be some coveted spots for next year. You know what I
20
mean?
guys. 20 guys on the team.
It's unreal, man. No, I'm saying 20
20
total. Like,
total. Top it
yeah,
out
like
20. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking this is it because, like, you got to think next year people are going to be clamoring for some
Well,
spots.
I don't know.
You need to get your
Maybe
name in early.
here's the thing though, with 10, doesn't that kind of give us an awkward, it's not a quite foursome. We might need to
No,
go
it's 5
24.
foursomes. It's 5 foursomes. You're all good.
Well, yeah, but there were still it's like the 2 guys at
5.
the end. It's not a
It's all good.
anyway. Yeah, I mean it could work. It still works,
It's points,
right?
man. It's 5 points. 5 points on day 1, 5 points on day 2, and 10 on day 3.
But that's only
That's
if
probably
we
what we're
do
looking at.
individuals. That's only if we do individual play
No, it's
versus
points
team play.
anyway. So we're going, basically same formats as the Ryder Cup. There's a little bit of debate we can throw in here because Ryder Cup, they do four balls, which is every man for himself, but the team, which is 2 guys and 2 Arkies and World, will get lowest score between the 2 wins the hole. So
Right.
that's
So
going to
that's only
be
1 point. So
1
when
point
you
for those 4 guys are getting 1 point.
right.
So each tee time, which is 5 tee times, are going to get 1 point. So you got 5 points on day 1.
Right.
Day 2, historically, we've done the 2-man scramble. That's
Right.
cool, but if you watch the Ryder Cup this year, which by the way, the other Ryder Cup was pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, it was. It was
Uh,
awesome.
they play little foursomes, which is an alternate shot. We think probably the fairer way to go is more of a shamble. Both guys tee off every hole, take the better drive or whichever one you want, and play.
Yeah, the guy who
shot
didn't
in
hit
from there.
that ball, the guy who didn't hit the drive gets to hit the next shot.
And then you alternate in from
And then
there.
alternate in.
And you could even have 2 putts on the green. So just alternate on your approaches and whatever. And then once you're on the green, everybody putts, So there's some tweaks we could do.
That's
this
a
year
bit
to
of a
make it little more
shamble.
interesting.
That sounds
Yeah.
like that's a
It's
bit
a
of some shamble in there. That could
And then of course you got match play. Match play Saturday. Mano y mano.
oh boy. Yeah. So but that's gonna be like 10 points.
Yeah. 10 points on Saturday. Yeah.
So that's 20 points altogether.
Yeah. So 10.5 to win for the Arkies. No problemo.
Oh man, that's pretty.
Well, I mean, one of the questions I got in, Sean, was that the world right now. Let's own it. I'm going to own it as Captain Arkie. Is the world's up 2-0?
World's up 2-0. Yeah.
Question was, how are you going to keep your guys focused?
How am I going to keep them focused?
Yeah,
they're still hungry
for this year.
They're hungry because of all the shenanigans that you've been pulling all year. They're like, we're tired of this stuff. I mean, like Dyron, you got to, we're coming back at you. We're gonna be coming back. I mean, we just.
So you're basically starting from like ground zero. You're thinking, just 0-0. Let's go from here.
I mean, we're not. The past is the past. We're not resting on our laurels, man. I mean, why would we do that? I mean, if we do that, that's a trap. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Don't try to lull us into some false sense of security here.
Yeah. Well, what are some other questions?
Well, okay, so hey, you and Randy are playing like freaking every day over there in the villages. I mean, literally, you must have these holes memorized, freaking blindfolded there. I mean, come on, and y'all are going to be like paired up at some point. You're going to just like crush these teams that whoever play you guys because. You know, you'd be like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, I know where that shot goes. Let me hit my little,
Well, one
60
of the
here on this
things
one.
I would say mostly, what we did the last couple of years is, we like to share our knowledge. We like to help other people around the course. We want people to enjoy themselves. Now, there was one hole, I think last year, year before that, I may have given Clay some,
False
maybe
information.
some suspect advice, I would say.
Clay, do you remember
And
that? Do
he
you remember that whole Clay? Because I mean,
and
come on,
he
Clay. I mean, you need to when we
he ended up he ended up beating me
Wednesday.
on he ended up beating me on that hole. So we learned our lesson, right? This is
You can't be playing games. Come on.
all I'm
No,
saying is anything you guys need to know about any hole on any course, just ask. We're here, man.
yeah,
We're
unless
here to
you're
walk you around
playing,
the course.
unless we're playing
No,
blind. I mean, because
no,
there
no.
might be players that haven't played there, we'll be it's I guess that'd be even then at that point because it's
We trust our skills, man. It's not going to be about who knows more about this or that. It's going to be skills based, man, and we trust our
hmm.
skills to carry us to victory.
Well,
So
I remember last year, Casey was like one of the funny guys on the tour last year. I remember
you probably
Brian came
remember
in. Brian came in and
clearly.
played. It was Casey and Brian and Ben playing, and Brian and your dad played them, and Casey come back, and we were sitting up there, and he's like, "Dang, who is that dude?"
He
He
was
he
balling.
made every shot possible. I mean, like
Hey,
when you thought he couldn't make a shot because he was out of bounds or something, he'd like hit the shot and drive it up to the hole within 2 feet. And
crazy thing
couldn't.
that round was a team effort, and I would say the one that did it was actually Tom Hamlin. Hole in one, nearly hole in one out on number 6 at Magellan from the sand, and that
Mm.
brought him back around. But no, Brian was balling that day, and they were unbeatable. And I think Casey retired that day, but then he came back,
He said, "I'm
retired
quitting."
again,
He's
and
like,
came
dude,
back.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Casey's he's one of those guys. He likes to he lets his emotions get to him a little bit, but then he realizes
when he's
he
on,
needs
he's
to come
on,
back.
man, and watch out because I heard pretty good beatdown on the last day, and so like I said, one match winning
Oh, who
streak.
did he
So
play the last day?
I don't want to name any names. All right,
Uh huh.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying he was playing some great G.
he
People
was
know who they are.
he was playing some good G. Yeah, well, hey,
Which
that's
brings up an interesting question I got, which is, in terms of matchups, if you had to match up two people right now, who would it be and who's going to dominate whom? Who would you like to see matched up? If
Oh
you're picking
well,
matchups for Saturday, man versus man, what do
Saturday
you like?
matchups. I mean, that's going to be tough. I mean, you know,
I'd like
I
to see you
know
and Randy. I'd like to see you and
I
Randy go at it.
yeah, Randy wants some revenge because the first year Randy had me down by 5 after 9 holes. It
Wow.
wasn't pretty. He had me down 5. I mean, he was kicking my butt. And I was hitting shots that they were pretty good, but they were, they just weren't going and they weren't.
Mm,
Anyway, I started one by one, win a hole here. Now I'm down 4.
mm,
Tie the next hole. Win another hole. Down 3. Win the next hole. Going into 16, I'm down 2.
mm,
Down 2 at 16.
mm,
I win 16. Down 1. Going in 17. I win 17. We're knotted
mm.
up. Tied it up on
Right.
18.
Mm,
We teed him off. And Randy hit one out. He kind of sliced her a little bit and faded it out a little too far and lost control. And
mm.
I kind of like
So,
came in, kept
so
pressing, came
that
in there.
you were 3-0 year one, and then you were 4-0 going into day two of year two. But I think I remember you got handed your first loss.
I did. Yeah. Dyron, Mr. Captain
No, man.
here.
No, man. I think I remember hole 16 on Granada was a bomb drive and then a little
It was
layup and then
17. We ended on
a birdie
17.
putt.
We were on 17 when we finished it up. We were you had me down 1 going in 17.
I think it was Mr. Harbison's drive on 16 that did you in, though. Yeah.
Nah. Yeah, well, that one was bad. Yeah, that was like, really? Are you kidding me? How does
Yeah.
that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was one
Hey,
of those
but
days. But
then
hey,
did you pull one out of match play?
yeah, I beat Brian.
You beat
Yeah,
Brian. So
I
you're
beat
sitting at
Brian.
4-1-0.
So I beat Brian, the
Oh
last
wait,
day.
you're sitting at 5-1-0.
Yeah. Where are you
So
at?
you think
Where are
people are
you?
coming for you.
Well, I mean, it feels like it. Where are you at?
What am I at?
You got to be around that too.
Probably around 500. Probably 3-3, something like that.
I don't know about that. Now, last year, you did the craziest thing I ever seen. You played the
What's that?
entire match putting one handed the whole
Yeah.
tournament.
Yeah. I
Now,
still
if
got it going.
if anybody's seen this, you guys would be like, what is he doing?
Still
And
got it
sure
going, man.
enough, he's over putting one handed making putts.
Still got it going, man. The one hand putting. Someday people will learn if you
So
putt one handed and you make a birdie putt.
he can hold his beer in one hand and putt in the other, and then
It's
he
what you
can
do.
celebrate his putts
It's
quickly.
what you do. It's what you do. What about let's talk about team culture.
Oh man,
I think that's what people really want to talk about.
team culture.
When you rally the troops on Wednesday night at Cigar Republic, what's your message? What are you going to try to tell the world? How do you bring the whole world together? I mean, the Arkies,
Oh, it's easy.
we
The
kind of
world,
know
the
who
world, the
we know who
world
we
is
are,
ready
man.
to play. The world is so excited to play. They're like ready to like they're like caged animals, man. They want to get out there and like pounce, man. They want to go play some golf and get out there and hit some balls and make some putts, and they can't wait. I mean, it's not hard to get this team motivated. And then when they have to look across the table or across the tee and see you and your team, they're ready to go. They're ready to go.
It's the
Yeah.
Arkies, baby.
Yeah,
It's the
they're ready to go.
Arkies right
They're ready
there.
to go. So, and they got some pride, man. Look, hey, they've been doing really well this past couple rounds, past couple events,
Yeah,
so,
you
we
guys
don't
got
want to
to.
let that slip. So, I think they're ready to go because they want to keep
So
that streak
we
going.
go, we go 10-10. Then you guys retain the cup. So we gotta outdo you this year.
Oh man, it's gonna be rough, man. It's gonna be a good outing. I'm telling you, this is gonna
Dude,
be epic because it's the most players we've ever had.
yeah,
We're gonna have the most points we've ever had,
yeah,
and I think we're having the best players we've ever had come play
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah. The weather is primed up. It's man, this is gonna be an amazing event. Well,
Well,
I'm glad we got to connect prior to the event. There's a lot more to be said. Uh, man,
there's a lot more to be said. Is
I mean,
right.
we got some emails going around. You got
Oh man.
some gauntlets being thrown down. It's just as it should be, man.
Oh man,
It's gonna be
it's
it's gonna
gonna
be
be
fun,
fun.
dude.
Oh, it's gonna be a blast, and it's gonna kick off at the Cigar Republic. We can't wait. Most of us now. I sent around an email to the teams who everybody who's coming in. If you want to
Yeah.
stay at the Hampton Inn and Suites, which is like I don't know 2 miles from the Cigar Republic,
Mm,
a lot of us are staying there Wednesday night.
mm.
That way we get up early in the morning and head out to Hot
The
Springs.
Bellagio. Well,
So,
we got one house reserved for Wednesday night. So anybody that wants to dip down a little early, we're gonna get the one on the 8T kind of set up with a little food. Get some stuff in the fridge and just be ready to rock and roll on Thursday. You roll in early Thursday, you pop in there, you
get some breakfast,
get you a little breakfast, a little brunch,
coffee.
a little Bloody Mary, a little coffee,
Oh
whatever you
yeah,
need.
gonna need
And
that. We're gonna need some of that. And
yeah,
so let's talk about what guys should be bringing with them
as
to
the
the
it's as
to
the
the event.
spirit moves you, man. I think Sean, hopefully you back me up on this. Is at the end of the deal, we're going to reconcile everything. What you brought, what you shared, what we shared together, and at the end of the day, like you said, it's the best deal going. So
Oh,
financially, you got something you want to bring to the mix, bring it in, man. There's no
oh
limitations, and
yeah.
it all shakes out at the end, and we all have a great time.
Yeah. It'll be awesome. Everyone's gonna, have a great time.
Yeah,
Bring a nice little light jacket because you're probably gonna need it.
yeah.
Just to, in
55
the
at night.
evenings. Yeah.
55 at night, 75, 80 during the day. It's going to be sunny. At least right now, the forecast is showing it's going to be fracking perfect. So,
Man, I
yeah,
cannot wait. It's gonna be
little
awesome.
midnight putting contest. Probably some dollar bills going down.
I
I've
think
heard talk of a little bit of
Corey's
poker.
gonna win that one.
Little poker's going down probably at some of the houses.
Yeah, we're gonna play a little Texas Hold'em. We're gonna get
There
that
you go.
going and bring some chips down, maybe a little extra cash to do a little fun betting. It should be
Yeah.
good. No, it's gonna be good. Everybody is gonna have a blast, and man, I'm so stoked about this. This is like the quintessential guy golf trip that most people would love to be a part of. And you know what? I think everyone
Dude,
who's going to be playing is going to be super excited. And I know I'm thankful for coming down. I was this close thinking I wasn't coming. So
no way.
for those who don't know, I fell down a flight of stairs a month ago, moving my daughter in and cracked 4 ribs.
Mm.
And so this past 4 weeks, I've been, convalescing and recovering and I'm not 100%, but I'm going to
Now,
be good. I'm good enough to play. So,
now, if y'all win, we're gonna do drug testing on everybody. Team, Make sure there's no doping going on.
Well, we got to have some relief in the evening where all the pain we're going through from, swinging so hard and the
Ibuprofen
muscles in the
levels
ribs
out the roof. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man! But I did play 9 holes Tuesday, and I was like, okay, I think I can make this work. So I'm not in prime shape like you and Randy are over there just playing friggin' 18 holes every day. But
we're dealing with the same thing. We're just not falling downstairs, man. Like you just need to at some point you need to go, you know what? I cannot go down these stairs with this heavy load. You just have to let it go,
man. I was taking out the recycling cardboard box, man. And I freaking tripped and I couldn't catch myself. And I was holding that box and it was like timber.
Well, we're glad you survived, man.
Bigger they are, the harder they fall. Yeah, that's true.
Glad you survived.
Thank you. And
but I'm gonna take we need to get your record back down to, normal human levels. So you going 1 and 2 this year is ultimately the goal.
That could happen. That could happen.
We need you to come down to earth a little bit.
That could happen, but you know what? It's not going to be without a fight. So be ready because, I'll give it. I'll make you earn it. So it's going to be fun, and I'm super excited. Well, until our next meeting in person Wednesday night at Cigar Bar at the Cigar Republic. What time are we meeting there? I don't think we mentioned that. Did we?
I'll get there probably around 6 in the evening, but people can just show up whenever they want.
All right. Sounds like a good target. 6 p.m. be good. I think old Ivan's going to be down there a little early.
Cool.
So,
well, like I said, the house will be open by 3 p.m. on Wednesday. So anybody that just wants to dip down to the village, you can get on down there. So we'll be talking by email the next week. We'll give a couple days out, little update, and look forward to seeing everybody travel safe.
Team world. Can't wait, man. It's going to be a blast.
Travel safe. See you soon.
All right. Talk to you later.
Later.